Why rich people love Rolex? Imagine a scenario where you enter a space and without uttering a single word, the gaze of the people is discreetly directed towards your wrist. The reason isn't that it's shining excessively, but rather it's a Rolex. Today's video is all about the reasons that a Rolex is much more than just a timepiece. What made it a status, success, and identity raiser, particularly for the rich? This is the question everybody wants to know, because a Rolex is not only about the time, but the message of who you are that is sent across. The amazing part is that by watching till the end, you will have a totally different perception of the classic gold crown, the prestige factor. Let's go ahead and dissect the factors that make a Rolex. A Rolex, for instance, this brand doesn't just have a logo. The symbol is the brand. And if you think that this is an exaggeration, just keep in mind that Rolex is one of those rare brands where the ownership of a watch is not dictated by its price, but by the status it implies. You are in a club, and the subscription fee? It is not only about money, it is also about what you are indicating. By donning a Rolex, you are not only showing off a luxurious watch, rather you are engaging in a discussion about triumph, luxury, and selectiveness. Each model narrates a tale, from the designs that go back to the periods of up to 100 years, to the artistry that is simply unparalleled. However, it is more than a matter of material. The atmosphere matters. The moment people see you, they think, you have made it. It is like you enter a room and everyone just knows. However, the truth is often new is not the only way. Old models could at times be more valuable, as they bring along a legacy, a combination of factors that simply cannot be copied. Now, here's a fun fact for you. Rolex wristwatches that are among the most expensive ever were worn by stars. To make it a bit clearer, we mean Paul Newman's Daytona, worth millions today. In a way, it's like your wrist is turning into a piece of art. Unbelievable, right? The investment angle. Let's get to the point and discuss money matter. That's actually the reason behind some of you watching this video. Owning a Rolex is not simply indulging in luxury. Instead, it's an investment. Some Rolex models have gained exceedingly high value over the years. We are talking about timepieces that are desired by both the collectors and the investors. The intelligent investors regard a Rolex as a dependable asset, just like classical paintings or vintage cars. Consider a Rolex Submariner. If you acquire it today at its retail price, in 5 years you could be having it worth twice, or even more. Besides, as a general rule, the price of Rolex watches will keep on rising, but rather slowly, which will in the long run lead to you sell for a higher price than you bought. The risk to lose is less, hence leading to the rich investing in it. You get to own something that gains value over time. Moreover, imagine the investment that you'll be wearing and flaunting at the same time. What can be more enticing than that? Cultural influence. But here's another view you might not have thought about. Cultural influence. Have you ever seen how all the major players in the business world have one on their wrist? The richest CEOs, the most superstars in sports and movies, and the top celebrities all wear Rolex. However, it is not only about luxury. Rather, Rolex communicates a universal level of success across undeclared industries. So, whether you are referring to the sports field, the entertainment world, or business, there is almost a Rolex synonymous with triumph in every industry. It is like wearing one is the only way to emphasize your presence at the top of the game. Perhaps you have heard the saying, "The sky's the limit," but for Rolex owners, the sky is only the beginning. Being a Rolex owner means you are the one in charge, not just a player in the game. It is not surprising that Michael Jordan and Elon Musk are among the people who wear Rolex. In a society where first impressions are of utmost importance, having a Rolex is an advantage right away. Timelessness and craftsmanship. Let's cut to the chase. It is the artistry that matters most. You know how the majority of people mention the best things in life? A Rolex is that literally in smaller pieces. Now, not only aesthetics are concerned here, but also a performance and accuracy. Over the years of glimmering engineering and perfect mechanics, inside that case lies an obsessive attention to detail. The materials used, the very best. The design, timeless. That is the very reason of the return of the customers. Rolex does not follow fashion. On the contrary, they are the ones who set the trends. Their timepieces are made to resist every condition of extreme, from underwater diving to high-class cocktail parties. I mean, do you have any other brand on your mind that manages to be both sporty and elegant at the same time? Wherever you are, that Rolex is never out of place. It is a symbol of elegance and a workhorse at the same time. It is this combination of durability and style that has made it immortal in the world of horology. Even when new, flashier brands enter the market every year, Rolex still sets the standard. Because while others may look to trend, Rolex is in it for the long haul. It is classic for a reason: the social factor. However, let's get real about it and not conceal the truth. There are certain social aspects which come with the ownership of the Rolex that one has to bear in mind. The existence of watch snobs is well known to everyone, and they are precisely the ones who examine your watch in the hope of ascertaining whether it's the right model or not. But on the other hand, if you are well informed, you will know how to ignore that aspect completely. The image substantially connected with Rolex is that of a rich person who is displaying his or her wealth. On the contrary, to be a Rolex owner means that one loves the sophisticated things. You are in the loop, you are of the upper class. And most importantly, you are never going to be making a statement by means of the ever-changing trends. Still, there will be that one fellow at the party who might throw the question, "Oh, is that a real one?" That is the cost of being the focus of the crowd. Truth be told, though, if you are self-assured enough to put it on, you will most likely beat the debate every single time. The secret world of collecting. And here is the very point where the story takes a very interesting turn. The universe of Rolex collectors. This is where the matters go further down and up to the secret society. There are indeed thousands of individuals who not only acquire Rolexes but collect them as well. Some collectors look for rare editions, while others might pick up vintage pieces that are full of characters. And the limited edition models which only enhance the exclusivity factor that will not be mentioned. The truth is that the ownership of a watch is by some collectors equated to the possession of a piece of history. For others, this is the hunt, the excitement of being able to possess something that not many people in the world have. If you fall into this category, you are aware of the very thing I am talking about. It is just like spotting a hidden gem among a range of ordinary timepieces. Nevertheless, this is the major point. These timepieces are not merely parts of a collection. They are also investments that increase in value. Each time you get a rare model, you automatically create a future asset that may persist in gaining its value. Many of the people who get into collecting Rolexes do not do it just because they adore the brand. They do it because it is a smart move as well. The question arises, why Rolex is a favorite wristwatch brand of the rich? The answer is it is about status first of all, then investment, craftsmanship, and the lifestyle it stands for. But it is also about being the selected ones. Before you go, however, I would like you to ponder. If you were given the opportunity to acquire a Rolex, would you take it? Or perhaps you have one already, but are not aware of its full potential. In any case, please like and subscribe for more insider content and leaving a comment. What is your dream Rolex, and what would it mean to you as a person wearing it? I will be waiting in the next one, and believe me, you do not want to be absent. Do not